It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys, Dale Hellestrae, everybody. Hey, look,
Good morning, Stephen. Boy, you must have had one heck of a Mother's Day weekend. Your voice is hoarse. You're hooping and hollering, dancing on tables. Huh?
It was all right. It's an all right weekend.
Yeah?
You know, celebrating other people, my forte, what I like to do.
Wow. Wow. Did you see your mom this weekend?
I did. I went over there yesterday.
Did you?
Me and the kids went by on my way over to Glendale yesterday. We stopped by for a couple hours. Yeah.
Charge your car while you're there?
Nope. Didn't need to. Didn't need to. My car's going into the shop tomorrow, though, 1 o'clock. We'll see how long I'm without it.
Have you tried a public?
It still doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm about to hit my 36,000 mile thingy.
Okay.
You know, I'm at 33,000 now. So once you go over 36,000, because there's over-the-air updates and then there's factory updates the dealerships have to do.
Okay.
And I haven't been in for any of those. So I'm wondering if it's as simple as that, but they charge you for those after you go out of warranty. So I got to get it in like now before I go over that warranty level.
Right.
To get all the updates. So that, and ever since I got the new tires, it goes to the right a little too much, which is annoying driving down the road. So I need an alignment. And then there's a recall on it that I've been ignoring for the last year. So I got.
Really?
I'm going to get that done too. Yeah. So I'm going to drop it off tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We'll see how long I'm without it. We'll see if I'm Ubering.
Do they give you a loaner? Or?
I don't know.
Well, how are you getting home if they don't give you a loaner?
Ethan, well, that's why I did it. It's the one out down by the kids' school. So I'm going to take it at 1, drop it off, and then he'll come pick. He gets out of school early. He doesn't have his last hour. So he'll come pick me up, and then if we have to, we'll go pick his sister up. And then I got to figure out what I'm going to do for a car Wednesday until I get it back. That's my question.
Huh.
Yeah.
Things that make you say,
Things I got to worry about, Dale.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to worry about that. You take your car to the shop, you got to worry about that.
Well, I do know with Lincoln, and the standards has been very, very nice. But boy, you say you need a loaner car.
Yep.
It's a month so you can get your car in.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait that long. I'd almost I looked up rental prices. They're not that bad right now. So because it's summertime, 100,000 degrees out. So worst case, I'll just go rent a car for a few days.
Okay.
That's the least thing. I do have a couple work trucks, but they're kind of beat up and everything, and they're gross inside, because Riley and everybody sweats in them.
Wow.
So Riley's like, you can borrow one of my trucks, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of gross inside. I'll feel gross all the time, but I could even do that, even if I wanted to.
You go down some plastic tarp or something.
So shows it down. Shh. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's going in tomorrow, Dale. That's my tomorrow. We'll see.
All right. Well, what about you yesterday?
It was good.
Yeah?
Just went to my mom's.
Went to your mom?
And then the Rattlers game afterwards. Blowout victory by them over Tucson as well.
Was it ever close?
No. Well, it was 0-0 at the beginning.
Yeah.
It is fascinating. Kevin Guy does not own. He's a minority owner he kept. I think I read 10%. I think I heard 10%. Don't quote me on that. But he doesn't control the team anymore or anything to that. And it's the same old Tucson Sugar Skulls. Just talent. Can't put it all together. Rookie head coach again. They go through coaches like candy down there and stuff. But their owner was there, and he's an energetic, fired up dude. He's a realtor. Owns a big brokerage down there in Tucson and stuff. He's multiple people bought into this, but he's a fiery dude down there, man.
You can pick him out.
Oh yeah, cheering, clapping, celebrating with the Tucson faithful that made the trip up.
What? Their 2 touchdowns?
Their 2 touchdowns. Lowest in the series between the Rattlers. They played yesterday was the 16th time they played.
Okay.
Lowest point scored by the Tucson Sugar Skulls. I think the number was 24 before, and they scored 14 yesterday. So, Dale, yesterday was one of those games where, because people are like, oh, man, these games are fun because they score a lot when they're blowouts like that. And then they kept kicking deuces, the Rattlers. They had 4 deuces in this game. They just let their kicker hey, kick a deuce. Why not? He just kept hitting them.
Right.
And he missed 2 more, barely missed them as well. But they just kept adding to, like every time they kicked off, it was like 2 more points, 2 more points, 2 more points.
Well, that's what always made it so fascinating in a competitive game is, if you're 10 points down, you could still score, get a 2-point conversion, get a deuce.
Yeah. I don't want to say easy. We interviewed the kicker. It was funny. The kicker walked in. Oh, my gosh. I'm forgetting his name right now. I should probably look it up. But he comes in and he goes, "You guys want to talk to the kicker?" He knows his place in life.
Well, he almost set a record, didn't he?
So that's the thing.
I think it was 1 off the record.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They don't have a category for deuces kicked in the scorecard or anything like that. So like Jay Gonzalez, their media person, him and his crew were like trying to get all these stats on the deuces. They don't have them. Like if you look at the thing, I even asked them. I said, "Where the deuces get recorded at?" And they're like, "They don't. There's no." I go, "There's a stat for punting, but no stat for deuces."
Right.
I know it was the most in Rattlers franchise history. 4.
Okay.
Is that what you heard? 1 off from the
one off from the all-time record.
Yeah, we didn't know that. And he had one, Dale, that was, I think it was his last kickoff. I was like, "He got another one." It literally fell like just right underneath the crossbar.
Oh, did it?
He was inches from getting that last one.
And that's those are 2 narrow uprights.
Yeah, we've seen deuces from other teams occasionally. Yeah, and you're kicking it 50 yards away on top of it. I mean, it's an easy distance. It's the location. Right. Here's the best part of it, though. Then he missed like a 10-yard field goal to end the half. But then he's kicking deuces all day long. I actually asked him that. I asked him more of a roundabout way where I said, I go, "Tell me the distance and technique between a field goal and kicking a deuce." Because I was alluding to, how'd you miss that short chip shot?
Well, the thing about field goals, remember now, you're including now a snap and a hold.
Yes. Well, and rushers.
And a deuce, nobody can rush you. You place the ball on a tee.
Yeah. Well, that's what he said. It's the foot placement because on a field goal, you have to get underneath it more to get it over the line, and the guy's rushing in to block it.
Right.
On that, you can just
drive
that thing as far as you want to and just kick it straight as can be. Matthew Cook, by the way. Is the young kid's name there that was kicking all those field goals or those deuces yesterday as well. So yeah,
and new quarterback.
New
old quarterback.
Shocker. Okay, 2 things about Drew Powell. He started this game. Me and Richard Oper, long time Arizona Rattlers guy, just super nice dude. Been covering the Rattlers since like their inception, high school sports, Grand Canyon. I asked him. It was funny beforehand. I go, "Were you at that Grand Canyon softball game yesterday? Because they were down 9-0 like in the first,
right?
And they came back and won it to win their division, Mountain West Conference." And I go, "Were you there yesterday?" And he goes, "No, I was watching." I go, "I actually turned it off in the first inning when they were down 9-0. He goes, "Then I saw that they were coming back, so I had to turn it back on." So beat reporters, just like us, Dale, they don't want to waste their time with it either.
Right. Well, I mean, he had to make some decisions because there's the state track championships going on.
And he does that, too. He'll miss Rattlers games this time of year because of high school events or things to that effect, out there. So, and I don't think, was the GCU game at home? I don't even think it was at home.
No, it was not home.
See, that's kind of makes it easier. But I was just giving him a hard time, like, man, that would have been fun to be at. But, I mean, just great guy. But me and him were just sitting there and everything. And he looks at me, and literally, offense comes out. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, that's not 7, like for quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not. They didn't introduce the offense, so you didn't know. And I'm sitting there like contemplating, and he just looks over me and goes, "Is that Powell starting?" And I go, "That's Powell starting." What? But I will say this, Dale, then I felt stupid. Because on the sheet we get, on the starting lineup, offense starter, Drew Powell.
Oh, really?
They listed it. He said after the game he knew on Thursday that he was going to start. Thursday at the end of practice.
Talk about Kevin Guy?
No, Drew Powell was told on Thursday
okay.
that he was going to start the game.
Okay.
So if you don't know, Drew Powell, 3-time MVP in the league, throws the most gorgeous football you've ever seen in indoor football. Just big guy. He's coming off of an injury. He hasn't been able to play very much in the last 2 years. Then, what was it, 2 years ago, he went to the The Rattlers he had a horrible playoff game. Dale, you remember this. I was there too. Horrible playoff game, which he tends to have. I call him Playoff Drew. Then after that season, the Rattlers traded him to Tucson. Then the Tucson quarterback was traded here. Neither one of those guys played for either team. Drew went to the Orlando Predators in the AFL that year. The Arena Football League tried to come back. Didn't play much there. He said this was his first meaningful snap in 3 years yesterday.
Okay.
Then he's been hurt on top of it, and he talked at length about it in the post-game press conference where, when he was warming up, Myler, the number 7, the guy that started all year long, he said he threw a ball up high and Drew went and got it. And he went, he goes, that used to hurt. They don't hurt anymore. So, he said at that moment, he was kind of comfortable. But Dale, I asked him, I go, when did you feel comfortable in this game? He scores the first touchdown for about a 27-yard run.
Well, he ran it because I was going to say, the one thing about him was he's a dynamic double threat.
Dual threat. That was what made him dangerous because he's a big dude.
Yes.
With those shoulder pads on and stuff, he's a big dude. He's basically like me, a little bit thicker than me, but he's basically like me without his pads on. But then he puts those pads on, and he looks like a gigantuan. It's so amazing to see when I stand next to him, how you can change your size with all the stuff quarterbacks have to wear. But he did a 27-yard run down the sideline. And I noticed he had a little hiccup as the guy was running towards him from the middle of the field and coming toward him to just nail him against the boards. And I called it a hesitation with Kevin Guy, and Kevin Guy kind of got a little what do you mean hesitation? I was like, well, maybe it wasn't hesitation. He was just getting ready to hit the guy, But there was a little hiccup in his step there as the guy was coming towards him. So I was like, ooh. But after that, he was running the ball fine. So Drew Powell said after the game, I go, when did you feel comfortable? He goes, that play with that hit. He goes, then I knew I could do it. And I was confident then. And he took some shots later on in the game against the boards and stuff like that.
Right.
So he felt comfortable again. So it was good seeing Drew Powell back out there.
Yes.
It was good. He missed Drew Powell will miss throws, and when he misses throws, he misses them badly, but it's few and far in between. That's kind of the difference, So it was good seeing him back out there, and you could just see the excitement in his – he's always been a good interview. I caught him late in his career. The last couple years is when I got involved with the media side and got to deal with him and stuff. But, man, you forget. And then it just seemed like with the game kind of, I'm going to say, taken away from him for 3 years, he just seemed – if he could seem happier, he just seemed happier being back out there and being able to play that game. And it's almost like, I did it.
Well, what I've always said is, as a guy who's had the game taken away from him for a year with my dislocated ankle and fractured fibula, I missed a year. It's kind of a reset. It's kind of like, if you just do it, you've been doing it since you're 8, 9, 10 years old, and now you're 25, 30 years old, doing the game. And sometimes it becomes redundant and mundane, and all of a sudden it gets taken away from you, and you go, wow, I really miss this. Yeah. I miss everything that goes along with the game, and I think
and isn't it worse, though, when it's an injury that takes you out as opposed to you're just not – the team doesn't think you're good enough to make it anymore?
Well, yeah, that's because, you'd still like to keep playing, but
he's 32 years old, by the way. Yeah,
and so you played a long time. But I still remember the dramatic offseason because he won 2 or 3 straight MVPs and then fumbled his way through the playoffs.
22 and 23, he won MVPs. Yeah.
Yes.
It cost him that playoff.
And then in the playoffs, stumbled in both years, and that's when Kevin Guy made the very controversial change.
Yeah. Well, because you're trading quarterbacks between the 2 teams you own, basically.
And you're trading the reigning MVP.
Yeah, he won it in 22 and 23.
Yeah.
It was it. And then neither quarterback reported to – that was when I was doing the Sugar Skulls pregame stuff that year. Because I was excited. I'm like, oh, Drew Powell's going to be in Tucson, and I'm doing the pregame stuff.
Right.
And then he doesn't report. And it was like, what do you mean Drew Powell didn't report? And he's over in the AFL in Orlando, and things to that effect. But so it was good, man. Blast from the past, having him back on there as well. So it was good. And he looked like old Drew, man.
Did they bring Myler in at all? Mm-mm. So he played the whole game.
Yeah. I was wondering, that kind of just raised my question of, all right, so is Myler dinged up a little bit?
Right.
I'll say this. I mean, Kevin Guy hasn't been quiet about it. I'm not letting anything out that I'm not supposed to in the press conferences. And just in the east side of the IFL, they play more man-to-man coverages. Here in the western part of the country, they play more zone defenses. And Kevin Guy hasn't been quiet about the fact that Myler struggles a little bit against the zone blitzes, the zone side of the defenses,
zone concepts,
and stuff like that. So it's not that Myler's played badly. They have had some turnover on downs, these last couple of weeks, and Las Vegas lost when the coaching scuffle went down and stuff. And things. So I don't know, kind of a change of pace, but I can't help but think that Myler's also a little bit dinged up. Because I agree with you. Why wouldn't you put him in that scenario?
In that when it's 50-14.
Unless there's only two reasons you're not. You're sending a message that Drew's our guy going forward, no matter what, or it's he's hurt and he can't go out there.
Well, and you got to remember now, the one thing that was always frustrating when I was intimately involved in this league is everything's keeping secrets.
Very quiet.
They don't want anybody. Hey, this injury might be 6 weeks, but we're week to week or we're day to day. And
yeah, I always shoot questions because like when you go down the press thing, the players are going out on the field to sign.
Right.
And I know if you go yesterday, I'm not gonna say who it was in case somebody's watching, but I go, hey, is Myler all right? And he goes, he's fine, brother. And he just high fives me and walks off. But I'm always getting those little shots into people as they're walking by me just to see if somebody will say something to me, just to give me a hint.
Right.
And stuff. But, I mean, the problem I have with the IFL, have you noticed they changed their name to the Major League of Indoor Football?
I did not notice that.
They've done that in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, there's another league that's come into play. We have one here, the Juggernauts over at Mullet. But, yeah, the IFL has changed their name to the Major League of the IFL. Interesting change.
Yeah.
But it'll be fascinating. I will say this. If the Rattlers are going to go on a playoff run this year, they're going to need both Mylar and Drew Powell to make it there. The good teams are really good this year.
Right.
And I think you're going to need that. You're going to need kind of both of them to survive.
Well, I have not seen Mylar, however you pronounce it.
Mylar. It's spelled Mylar, but it's Mylar.
I've not seen him play, but I do know, especially if he's healthy, is that Drew Powell puts so much pressure on defense because he can tuck that ball in a nanosecond.
So can Mylar, yeah. And they both look for contact.
Okay.
Mylar will look for that linebacker. He got dinged up earlier this year. We went to a press conference, and somebody had asked to talk to him. And the media people came in and they're like, well, Mylar's not going to be able to make it. He's in the training room. And Kevin Guy was like, all right, enough. I got a handle. Shut up. And we're all like, all right, he's hurt. But he's played since then and stuff like that. So, but I did find it interesting they didn't put him in. I didn't ask because you're going to get a generic answer back.
Right.
But I do question that move a little bit because they would have had no problem putting Drew Powell in that situation.
You would think. Get him some snaps.
Makes me wonder a little bit. But the problem with the IFL is, man, blowout games get so boring. They started having all these unsportsmanlike conduct calls and all of this stuff with a minute to go in the fourth, and you're just just end the game so we can get out of here.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. It's a blowout. Let's go. But there was enough about it to make it fun. So that was my yesterday.
Okay.
Saturday I didn't do anything exciting very much. I don't remember what I did on Saturday.
Well, all I saw all over Twitter about Saturday was that championship fight in the UFC.
Oh, that's what I did. I watched UFC. I went to a UFC get-together on Friday.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, Autumn has some friends that invite us over every once in a while.
They like UFC. Does Autumn like UFC?
Yeah, she likes it. She likes it a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Strickland
and the other guy?
Yep. The guys we were at, they put $40 down on Strickland, and he was plus 300, something like that.
Right.
They put money on him, and they were like, "Let's cash out!" Going into the last round, they're like, "Let's cash out," and I was like, "Don't cash it out.
Yeah.
Don't cash it out. If he made it this far, he's got a chance to win this thing in decision." And he won it by decision.
All the stuff that I heard, and it was fascinating, was that there's extra security there because these two don't like each other.
It was fantastic, Dale. First guy goes into the ring. Strickland goes into the ring first, and there's literally just big buff dudes. And they form like a semicircle. Because normally a fighter goes into the ring and they can like hop around to stay warm, go. They weren't letting him do it at all. And then the other guy goes into the ring, and he like starts to do that, and the security guy's like, nope, you're staying right there.
Right.
They even went to the middle, like before the fight, where the ref tells them their instructions or whatever. And there were like security guys standing there, like holding him back a little bit and stuff. And I'm just like, wow, this is amazing.
But then they threw everybody off by like hugging and stuff.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what Strickland does. He talks so much garbage leading up to a fight. Then when the fight happens, and he's like, you're not a bad guy. I was just trying to sell the fight.
I saw
do, man.
One of them mouth, I took it too far.
That's what Strickland said, yeah. I took it too far, but I was just trying to sell this and, stuff like that. That's what they always do. Yeah. It just cracks you up.
So you didn't need the extra security.
I would say, I'll say this, whether you needed it or not, it was great theatrics.
Yeah.
Great theatrics. Because even it was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. They didn't even let him like take a step once they got into the ring. It was like, you just stand right there. My favorite part, though, Dale, is they had, like, big buff guy, some skinny bald dude, short bald dude, some big buff guy. And I'm like, what's the skinny bald guy going to do if something happens right now?
Is he the brains of the operation?
Yeah, I know. He's acting the toughest. Don't come over here. You're not supposed to come over here. And I'm like, what's that guy going to do if something breaks out right now? But it was a lot of theatrics. The whole fight card was a lot of fun. I thought it was really good. Yeah.
Good.
But that was a good ending there. I mean, big plus number there for him to win. I told the guys at the park, because they were like talking about cashing it out, because like the cash out, they put $40 down on Strickland, and the cash out in the last round was like $90-something. They're like, let's take it. And as the fight went on, I was like, keep it. I said, keep it. I go, I'm not saying he's going to win. I'm saying there's a good chance. New Jersey judges. A guy that hangs out, like literally hangs out with terrorists. And then you got Strickland, loudmouth, yes, runs his mouth a lot, says really disgusting things about people as he's fighting them. You got him, but he's an American. And then even fight on top of it. So I told him, I was like, I'm not saying he's going to win, but I'm saying you got a good chance to win this thing right now if this goes to decision.
It was a split decision, wasn't it?
Yeah. Fantastic, close too, but it could have gone either way in my eyes. But it was a fantastic fight. That and the fight before it, the van fight before it against the Japanese dude, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Japanese guy's face was just all bloody.
Did he lose?
Oh yeah, he lost.
Okay,
yeah, but it was a good fight, Dale. You should have watched it. What'd you do on Saturday night if you weren't watching UFC?
Saturday night.
I would have invited you over, but you don't come out and hang out with me.
No, I'd only come over if the party was at your house.
No, you wouldn't have.
No.
A nice try.
Now, golf Saturday, really midday, and then, first 105-degree day. Got to start getting your body accustomed to that.
What you're saying about, so Friday I left here, and Riley just, our Daybreak Services does work for my properties, handyman work, stuff like that. He was doing something, and he was like, hey, man, I can use a hand on this. Any way you can stop by? And I was like, yeah, no problem. Knees almost buckled on Friday, Dale. It's like noon. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on right now? It was ridiculous. But anyway, I
didn't have enough water?
I had to go buy some. I broke my phone doing so. I was so tired, sweating like crazy, and just dying. I put my phone on top of my car, and I drove off. And all of a sudden I hear this do out the roof. And I'm like, what's on the roof of my car? And then all of a sudden, through the back window, I just see this big square black thing fly off the back of the car, bouncing down the road, and then like 7 cars run over it. Interesting enough, Dale, it survived.
I was going to say, so what did you do? I mean, were you on a busy street?
No, it was Gilbert Road. Yeah, it was a busy road. Right there by downtown Gilbert. Yeah, so I had flipped a U-turn, and Riley was with me. We were going to go grab some waters and stuff before we went back. And he finished up. And so I did a U-turn, and he got out, and he went and grabbed it. The case was just destroyed. Perfect if this was a commercial for OtterBox, it would have been fantastic.
Right.
Case destroyed. Phone, several dings on it. The glass part was scratched and had like green lines going through it, and stuff like that. But the phone works still. I was able to call AT&T and get a new one on order, shipped it to me on Saturday. And all
really?
That stuff. Yeah. But yeah, that's how tired and hot I was. And I was outside for like an hour, maybe. It was ridiculous. So anyway, the only reason I bring that up is because you golfed even hotter temperatures on Saturday.
Yes.
And it's getting used to it is my problem.
Yes.
It's like even yesterday, leaving the Rattlers game last night, my car still said it was 102 when I left Glendale last night.
And that was what, 7:30?
Yeah, it was 8. Yeah, it was like 8 o'clock-ish. And sun was down. Sun had been down. You're just walking. Even walking to gate 1, which is like a 30-yard walk for me. Like going in there. I'm just like, dude, it's hot out here.
So you got a better parking spot this year.
We're back in that E-lot again. The one
Okay.
right by that gate, yeah. Where we used to park.
Okay.
Last year they decided to move us to the other side of the moon.
Yeah.
This year they moved us back. Thank God. I probably wouldn't even go if I had to walk that far again. That was ridiculous. But anyway, so you've gone from Saturday. My point is, Dale, is you're not a spring chicken out there in that heat.
No, got to get acclimated. But ended up having a fun day. Played pretty good, and then Saturday, I think Brooke and I just laid low. She'd been out 4 nights in a row for work, and then went and saw wanted me to go with her and her friend to see some play or musical downtown.
You don't even know what it was?
I said, you two just go enjoy yourselves.
But she just wanted to spend time with her sweetie.
No, I just said, hey, you have some girl time, and
that's the coward's way out.
What would you do, Steve?
I would have been like, absolutely. I went to a UFC party with Autumn. So what does that tell you?
Oh yeah, exact same thing. Yeah, a musical or UFC. You're gonna watch it anyway. This way, it's free food for you.
No, we ate before we went. We didn't know they'd have food there. But no, it's all right. I was just kind of in a stay-at-home mood, And I said, it's up to you if you want to go or not. Next thing I know, I'm going.
What do you do? Throw on a pair of shorts and a shirt?
Here's the problem, Dale.
He's reliving it.
Yeah.
I had to get dressed.
I gotta say it nicely. It's not them, it's me. But it's overstimulated, man. Like they get excited about things, and I'm just watching this. I want to pay attention. It gets loud in there, a lot of people. You get overstimulated. But then the other side of it is, like between fights, it's 15, 20 minutes between fights. You get tired, and you're just like, oh, can this hurry up so I can get out of here and go home?
Are you cordial to people?
Well, of course.
Autumn's friends?
Of course.
Or you just sit over in the corner and scowl?
I sat on the couch. There was one time I said to Autumn, everybody just left me sitting on the couch at one point. And I was sitting there watching the fights. Everybody have your conversations in the kitchen. I'll be over here on the couch.
Hey, let's go talk about Steve out here.
I'm like, all right, everybody having fun over there?
Everybody's sending baseball signals. All right, kitchen in 5 minutes.
Papa Mike says, the phone. They're laughing at me. I know, stupid thing to do, man.
Don't ever put it on your roof.
I never do. But I'm such a germaphobe, and so I had like a long sleeve shirt because I knew it'd be in the sun. So I just had like a long sleeve, old work shirt on me. So I wanted to take that off before I got in the car. I had an undershirt on, folks. I wasn't that guy. But because it was all dirty or whatever. I was helping him. It was like weeds and stuff. He was having problems pulling some weeds. He needs to get some muscle on him because I went and I was all like the size of me. But it's on one of my properties, so we had to work. I don't mind helping out on those scenarios. But anyway, I want to take that shirt off, so that's why I put my phone on the top of the thing, so I could take the shirt off, throw it on the floor, so I don't get my car all dirty in the seat. I just left it up there, man. Left it up there. So here it is. No case yet, but here it is. Brand new phone right here.
Look at that. Overnight, huh?
Overnighted. That's why I had to call him right away so I could get it out Friday. My other one works. It just has green lines down it and everything. And when you touch it, you get the glass splinters in your finger because it's all like finely cracked. But yeah, so there we go. Fun times.
And do you have all your information on there already?
Yeah. Download yesterday. It took about an hour and a half to switch all over yesterday morning and everything. Yeah.
You do it yourself?
Yeah. It just transfers by itself. I just had to press buttons, and it was done. It took a while. Robert does say maybe taking a deuce is not the applicable phrase. Hey, when that's what the league calls it, that's what we're calling it.
No, kicking a deuce.
Yeah, kicking a deuce.
You said taking.
Yeah, we'll take a deuce. I took a deuce. Cook took a deuce on the field 4 times yesterday.
Wow. Almost set a record.
But tell us about your Mother's Day, because you like to give me a hard time about mine. You obviously are about to, your daughter's about to have another baby on Friday coming up here.
Yes.
Another granddaughter for you. So how was the last Mother's Day with only 2 grandkids?
Only 2 grandkids. It was good. We all went to church and then came over to our house and asked the moms what they want. And they all wanted hot dogs, hamburgers, and my youngest daughter, who's married but no kids, she did sides, and everybody else pitched in, and kids needed a nap.
Well, I can get along with that.
So brought them home after church. We all had my wife made her queso, which is deadly. It's absolutely.
Is it spicy?
Deadly.
Have some spice to it?
It's got just enough to make it.
Yeah.
But it's got sausage and cheese in it, and it's to die for.
I've never had it.
Our friend calls it like crack cocaine.
I've never been invited over for those parties.
No. Can you imagine you standing in that picture?
I'd be dwarfed by Scotty.
Happy Mother's Day from
me,
the Hellestrae, Stockwells, Taylors. And Big Steve.
He could have left me out of it. He could have just been like, they could have just assumed I was part of it. You have like nephews and cousins all in the picture that nobody knows about too.
They don't even matter. It's just one nephew. That's it.
It's just some random guy started showing up in your pictures about it, a year ago?
Yeah, when he moved out here. So.
I'm like, who's that guy?
You could be the random guy.
I could be the random guy.
No, but you'd say, no, I got to go cover this vaunted Tucson Sugar Skull team.
Yeah, it was just me and Richard. Well, there was one other person there, but it's just basically me and Richard yesterday.
Were there very many people there?
8,000. I have the total here.
Did it look like that?
No, it looked empty.
Yeah, see, I think sometimes.
No, okay. Well, the trick is on tickets. It's tickets sold, not how many people walk in the building. But here's what I don't get: how do they account for suite tickets?
Are there anybody in suites?
Yes, they do. They have people in suites now. Yeah, there are suite level people. Because they come in gate 1 also. By the way, that was last game. 8,004 was the attendance they gave us. Yes.
Okay.
By the way, Rattlers lead the attendance in the IFL. It's not even close. But they had a game where they had like 7,000, 7,200, something. That might have been their last. That was when Monster Truck or whatever was going on next door 2 weeks ago. But no, not just that, but then like I walked in also with the guys that I don't know how to describe the area down by the end zone, the owner.
Oh yeah, the owner suite
area.
Yeah,
like those aren't tickets; they just get passes. I don't know if they count.
No, there's tickets in the.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, because I walk up and I thought the game started at 4. It started at 4:30.
Oh.
So I'm rushing because I'm like 3:30. 3:30, man, I'm running late. I got to get there. I'm gonna get a crappy seat. I'm doing all that stuff. So I get there, and I walk up on the door, and I go, why aren't the doors open yet? And they're all like, starts at 4:30, opens at 3:30. And I was like, game starts at 4:30? And this guy's giving me a hard time going, come on, media member, figure it out. How do you not know this? And I'm like, you guys are lucky I have pants on right now, joking around with this guy. Dale, he's joking around with me and everything. He's like the representative for Cobblestone Car Wash. He's on the field for the coin flip and everything. And he's sitting like front and center in the owner's area down there, whatever that area is called down there.
Right.
And this guy's, I'm glad I didn't say anything like rude to him or something. It was really fun. But I was all like, that guy was giving me a bunch of crap before the game.
He's just a normal guy, Steve.
Yeah, he was. He was just standing there. And he's all down there for the coin flip.
Were they not letting him in either?
No, they don't let anybody in until an hour before, period, end of story. Yeah. Nobody.
They let the announcers in.
Well, the media, yeah, those people, they do.
Right.
Well, because you guys are babies. You don't want your makeup to sweat down your face.
Don't make me stand out here.
They actually, so the secret was they let you in. You got in, but you had to be there earlier. You always showed up whenever Dale wanted to show up. Those guys are there way early, man, now with the Yahoo Sports deal.
Yeah.
I bet you they're there 2-3 hours early. Because I saw a picture, Shed Bonner was on the call yesterday. I saw a picture of them like 2 hours before the game, and they were on the field.
Yeah.
So they're getting there. They're getting there really early.
Well, and the whole thing is like every season opener, home season opener, we would be there 2 hours early.
Yeah, then you just sit around.
Work through all the glitches and all that. And that would take 10 minutes, then you'd sit around for an hour and 15 minutes.
I know. I used to come over and talk to you for an hour. You look bored over there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what thing to plug into what or pull out of what.
I remember that one year I was doing the pregame show for the when I moved from the Sugar Skulls to Rattler. They'd be like, be here this early. I go down to the locker room and talk to like guys in the locker room. I talk to the refs in the ref locker room. And then I go out on the field and guys, the pre warm-ups out there where they're with the headphones on. And I'd be out there and then I'd be like, what do I do for the next hour and a half?
Right.
Just sit there. It's crazy talk, but well, good. Glad you had a good Mother's Day yesterday with the barbecue and everything. You didn't burn the hamburgers or anything?
Did not. Let Big Scotty do the grilling.
Where was your brother at?
I think he's probably at the Rattler game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And we weren't celebrating our mom. Our mom's passed away.
Never hits us up. No, but you invite him to your family
most
outings.
Things, yeah.
You didn't invite him? Start a fight here, folks.
Does it matter?
Yeah, that means no, folks. That's what that means. Come on back, folks. Let's get into some more. It's coming up next now that Dale's in show. Come on back, folks. Main event. And we're back here. Main event. Don't forget, follow us, TME Media AZ. Of course, they're on YouTube. Definitely check us out there for all of our live programming and everything else as well. And then I just got a weird message there in a different language, and I realized I was on the wrong page. I was like, well, that's a language I don't recognize, Dale.
Really?
For a comment. That was but I was on the wrong page there. But some other video I'm watching. Don't worry about it, folks. Papa Mike says, congratulations to Dale and his daughter. Yeah, this Friday.
Yes.
Grandchild number 2, Avery.
Avery, scheduled C-section at, I think it's 8:30. So I will most likely not be here on Friday as it's starting to stack up because we got to spend the night over there. They leave for the hospital at 5.
You are staying the night now? Because originally you said you weren't going to?
Well, it looks like it's going to change because Brooke needs some help in the morning. as both kids,
getting them to school.
and both kids go separate ways. And
Different.
It's one thing to do it when you're 30. It's another thing to do it when you're 60.
No, I get that. But like I said, I'll give you this one time. I'll give you it off.
Will you?
Yeah, just for this, only for this. Well, that's because next week I might have to transition pretty quickly. I might have.
Do you have the right graduation day now, or
it's next Thursday.
Oh,
not this Thursday. Next Thursday. I was off by a week.
Okay.
It's next Thursday.
What else were you off by a week with?
The 20. Everything in my life. I'm off by a week.
But you're always a week early when you're off.
I am. That's
better than a
annoying.
week. That's better than a week late.
Yeah, it's always like I'm always like, no, I got this thing next week, and then I'm like, wait, don't I have that thing? And I'm like, oh, it's the following week.
Okay.
It's really I don't know why I've gotten into that habit lately, but I'm off by a week lately and stuff like that. Yeah, so we'll give you Friday because I might next Thursday might get a little crazy.
Oh.
Might get a little cray for me as well. But all fun. Follows TME Media AZ, of course. Podcast systems after the show on demand. Don't forget Rumble also for those of you that catch the Nicotine and Sun episode of the Real Matrix that came out on Friday at noon. The Angry Patriot and Dale Hellestrae, who was going to be a guest on the program. Apparently he's series regular now over here. Of course, talking nicotine. I did find that nicotine story interesting.
Yes.
The thing.
Yes.
I didn't know we naturally made it.
In our body.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Well, and then, again, the way I've gotten him to propose it, rather than jamming it down people's throats, here's the information.
Yeah.
You decide.
Yeah.
If it's something that you might want to do more research on, great. That sun thing, I was always told sunscreen.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
But then
anytime you're spraying something chemical on you,
you read what's in the sunscreen that then now gets baked into your skin, and
everything's bad. Isn't it weird though? Because this is how I counter that. Because I agree. If anything, just watch the Angry Patriot just lose his mind on this show, folks. That's entertainment by itself. But the thing that counteracts me on that is we're all living longer now with all these chemicals that are bad for us that we're putting on our bodies. Like deodorant, spray deodorant, and regular deodorant's bad for you. It's got aluminum in it. It soaks into your skin. All that. And I'm like, yeah, but we're all living, if you're living right, you're living to 70, 80 years old now, and stuff to that. So I'm like, how bad can it be? Because they didn't have this stuff back then.
Right.
And they were living to be 30. Like 30 was a ripe old age.
Yeah, but you also had dysentery and no plumbing and things like that back then.
Oh,
too.
So Mississippi.
Steve McCollum at SMAC 500.
You know what the best part is? I should have said Alabama because I don't think we have any Alabama, but we do have some Mississippi watchers. So that was for you guys. That was for you guys.
This is back in the 30s.
Oh, unlike today with no plumbing in Mississippi? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Even the mobile homes have
They battle over an egg for the Egg Bowl, Dale. I mean, come on. How cool can it be, right? Oh, we just lost like 7 viewers right now on top of that right there. They all just logged off. Dale, but it was an interesting weekend. I mean, NASCAR, the race at Watkins Glen was interesting to watch this weekend. All 3 of them there, IndyCar and the road course. It was a shocker winner there in terms of what everybody thought was going to happen. So those were fun. We'll talk about that on the pit stop this Wednesday as well. So tune into that. But D-backs, of course, NBA, sweeping the NBA, sweeping the NHL as well.
Yeah.
Wemby. Ooh. Elbowing a dude in the neck. Changed that series last night.
And and we can get into it if you want or not, but all this talk about, just let him play. What?
That was so when I was at the game. It was before the game started when it happened, so I didn't see it live. So I watched a replay of it, knowing what had happened, and I was all, yeah, he's tall. Naz's face just got in the way. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I saw a replay. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dude, he like cocked his elbow back a little bit and then went. And I was like, yeah, I get it.
It wasn't a, hey, get off me. It was and now people are talking about, well, he shouldn't have been kicked out. Well, yes, he should have.
I saw a lot of that yesterday.
And then now the thing is, well, he definitely shouldn't be suspended.
I don't think he's going to. There's no way the NBA suspends.
They got suspended in one game.
He'll get a big fine.
I think they got to suspend in one game.
This is the question. That was so intent that I agree with you.
Yes.
He's in danger of being suspended.
Now the only thing that he has going for him, imagine that's Dylan Brooks. He's out till next year.
Yeah.
But he does not have a reputation.
That's the thing.
But it was so blatant, so flagrant. I'd hate to be the NBA because if you suspend him, you're basically giving the Timberwolves another win.
But you know what, though? You know what? Screw the Spurs. Robert Horry.
Yes.
Years later, karma comes back to the Spurs. Suspended for 2 games while you're at it.
Don't think that didn't jump into my mind because when I started reading all these stuff, I was like, leave him alone. Don't suspend him. Hey, well, what did David Stern say? Hey, you still had a couple games to win it. So does San Antonio.
Yep. I mean, if he's suspended, this changes. It's already changed this series because now you're in a dogfight.
Yep.
And we'll get more into that. I'll tell you what, we can hit that up right now. Let's just knock the NBA out right now because it's 2-2 in this series. Now it's best 2 out of 3 to win this thing.
Yes.
And then if he's suspended, I'm not going to say the Timberwolves have a better shot to win it at that point. But then this series is interesting. Did you see the game before when Tony Brothers was attacking the coach?
Yeah.
The referee?
Yeah.
Attacking the coach?
Like 3 times in the fourth quarter.
The players had to hold the referee back.
Yeah.
And everybody loves Brothers and all that as a referee, but dude, he's got to never referee again, at least this year. That's instant suspension, isn't it?
Or don't have him at ref any Minnesota game.
You can't have him in that situation. They're just blatantly throwing it out there. So this whole series is making people lose their mind. Wemby's not a guy that throws his elbow at guys maliciously, and he's done it. And now the referee's going after the Timberwolves coach, Finch. Like, what is happening in this series? This is what Minnesota does to everybody. Makes you go crazy.
Well, and here's the other thing that I read about people online talking about. Well, you can't suspend Wemby because then the Western Conference Finals, Oklahoma City and San Antonio could be ruined, and Minnesota might make us like. So?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
So?
Wemby did it on purpose. So whatever. I don't care either way, to be honest with you. Like, he should have been kicked out yesterday. The people saying he should have been kicked out yesterday, I don't know what you were watching. That is a blatant act there that had to be. You had to get the flagrant 2 to get kicked out of that game. Now, whether he gets suspended or not, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't really care.
I mean, he didn't even have argument.
No,
I saw him on the bench.
That was the best part.
It's like, oh, I'm kicked out?
Yeah. He untucked his shirt and just walked
out.
out.
Yeah, you kind of looked in his face and he kind of goes, well, I knew I was getting kicked out. I don't know why I'm still sitting here.
Yeah, you should have walked out already. You're just hoping. Maybe they won't see it. But, no, you're changing this series 100%.
Yes.
This conspiracy theorist here, right? Conspiracy theorist Steve's coming in here. If he's suspended, the league wants the Timberwolves to win this. If he isn't suspended, the league does not want their Golden Goose Spurs to not move on to the next round. That's what we're going to
Now, here's the other thing. Remember, you're going back to San Antonio for Game 5.
Yep.
Number 2, San Antonio put up a pretty damn good fight after he left.
Usually you do, though. In one instance. Here's my question, though. Because they put up a pretty good fight after he was after he was ejected, does that mean that big blip of a fight doesn't come next game?
It very well could.
Because I kind of was expecting him to get blown out in that game. And then this next game, even if they're without him, all of a sudden De'Aaron Fox, whatever his name is, he's dominating this game and everything and scoring a ton. But now that they fought so hard on that one, I'm like, ooh, that might have been that blip right there. This has changed this whole series. Yeah. But Dale, does it ultimately matter? Because the Thunder are winning it no matter what, right?
No, it doesn't matter. It's like, who wants to be the next sweep? Again, the thing about the Thunder is that they don't care if it's Game 1 or Game 4. So many teams will have a natural letdown in Game 4 series when you throw up 3-0.
Yeah.
They don't care.
2-0.
They still haven't played.
They're up 2-0, and they're just beating the Lakers, and they're just like, oh, just going to go play.
They still haven't played the Jalen kid. He's out the entire series.
Why would you?
An all-star.
Why would you? Like the Lakers. Why are the Lakers going to put Luka in at any point in time? We're just going to take our lumps and move on. We'll get rid of LeBron finally in the offseason and move on with our lives there. Thunder. I mean, the Thunder are just so unbeatable right now. It's just the depth. It's just nauseating.
Yes.
To see from them. So Tuesday night is Timberwolves Spurs. We'll hear today if there's anything happening with Wemby. We'll hear it at some point today coming up. But it's already changed this series because I firmly believe the Spurs were winning the rest of these games. And then Wemby goes out. They lose yesterday. You're in a dogfight now. Timberwolves will probably win. Even if they don't and you go 6 games, you're expending energy that you really don't want to expend when you have to play the Thunder, who are about to sweep the Lakers. And that's the problem that you have on that side. Then on the other side, put up the brackets for me, Kobe, here, if you got it there as well. Pistons, Cavaliers. Look, Cavaliers woke up yesterday. James Harden decided to actually play and not turn the ball over in the waning minutes of that game. My favorite part about this is James Harden after the game's like, yeah, I had to quiet down all the naysayers. You mean the people talking facts about your game, dude? But Pistons end up losing that game as well. Same situation. Knicks are just going to sit at home. Knicks have won. My favorite part of this, Dale, is Knicks, I think they won every game by 30 against the 76ers. There was nothing in this series.
There might have been
close.
The third game might have been a little closer, but
yeah. But this was not even this was like a glorified practice for the Knicks. And then the 76ers went, yeah, let's sign Embiid to a 2-year extension. He's missed more games than he's played in his NBA career. But let's sign him to a 2-year max extension after we got swept by the Knicks and got blown out on top of it.
The New York Knickerbockers.
I honestly believe we're going to have a Knicks Thunder finals, which I'm okay with because the Knicks will get destroyed in that series. And James Dolan can go lick his wounds while he's doing all of his dastardly billionaire things that he does.
How about the Knicks? What do they won now? 6 in a row?
Yes.
Because they went down 0-2 to the Hawks, or at least
no, it was 0-1. They lost the first game to the Hawks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think they lost the third game. But
yeah, I was gonna say. Then I think it was 3-1, and I think they were 3-2, and then they won it, if I remember correctly. Yeah. No, but it's not that they're winning, Dale. They're winning by 30 or big entities on top of it. They're not games.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Pistons are just, even the Pistons beating the Cavaliers in those first 2 games, they were like hard-fought games and things like that. But basketball is one of those sports where rest can help you, unlike hockey. So the Knicks resting now, it's a uphill battle for Pistons, Cavaliers. If the Thunder tonight beat the Lakers and sweep them, that just puts the Timberwolves Spurs winner at an even more of a disadvantage. The disadvantage they're already at, and it's going to be anymore. I do believe we have a Thunder Knicks finals coming up, which actually would be entertaining because the other reason why I think so, Dale, is because NBA wants the New York Knicks in the finals for ratings purposes. Conspiracy theory Steve here. But tonight you've got Thunder Lakers, if you want to dare turn into that series. And you do have Pistons Cavaliers tonight as well from that. Then on Tuesday night, Timberwolves Spurs. And we'll have to see what's up with Wemby. I haven't seen anything yet on Wemby this morning. Because they're off today, makes me in 2 games tonight, makes me wonder if we'll actually hear anything today.
Well, you have to, don't you? So that the Spurs, both of them, can game plan. Games tomorrow. Don't you got to give them a day?
You don't have to. It's the NBA. They can do whatever they want. I agree with you. I think you need to know today.
Yeah.
But so if you had to put money on it, suspended or not suspended?
I say suspend him.
Yeah, I say he's not suspended.
I even say, you know what? If you want to quiet the noise, suspend him for 2 games, have him appeal it, knock it down to 1, and move on.
I don't think there's any chance in hell the NBA suspending Wemby for a playoff game. No history. He's going to get fined out the wazoo, which doesn't matter to him. Here's the other side. That happened early enough in the game that he pretty much was suspended for a game already. It wasn't like that was the end of the fourth quarter, right? It was early enough in the game. I don't think there's any way in heck they're suspending him for a game.
Lunch?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
My favorite part is Naz Reid, who took the elbow.
Yeah.
They go, "Hey man, how much did that hurt?" And he goes, pain is weakness leaving the body."
I saw a meme with him getting pushed out of the arena with a big neck brace on and headed to the hospital.
Oh, man. Oh, God, if that was the Thunder, seriously, they would have to bring out a stretcher for him and everything with the faking that would have been happening there. But it was pretty funny. I've seen some AI videos where Wemby elbows him and then, like, takes him down. It's like, like UFC fighting on the floor and stuff. People are pretty creative with this AI stuff, man. It is pretty funny.
And it does not take long.
No, it was up like instant. I was like, because I got to, I ended up getting the Rouse game earlier than I thought I was going to. So I had a lot of pre-time before the game where I was reading up on it and watching a lot of the stuff. And I was already seeing them. And I'm like, is that it? And I'm like, oh, that's AI. And like Wemby did not climb on top of him and pat him in the face 40 times. But my other favorite part is Wemby as he's walking off the court. It always reminds me. Or when he's walking to the bench after they separate him or whatever, and Wemby's like looking at his elbow, like, "Oh my God, my elbow hurts." His face got in the way of my elbow.
If it wasn't
that's the thing that gets me. That's the thing that gets me.
Bam. If you don't suspend him, then you just open yourself up for a lot of stuff to go on.
8 minutes, 39 seconds in the second to go in the second is when it happened. Yeah, I mean, this is there precedent for this suspension after that? Because Draymond's done stuff like that in the playoffs, and has he been suspended after the elbow stuff? Has he been suspended again?
Well, the kick to the privates.
Well, but that you should be outlawed from the game altogether.
Oh,
if you do that,
or is that because it's Draymond?
Well, no, that's just a weak thing to do. When you're playing basketball, you flick your leg out there. Yeah. Hey, when we come back, we'll keep it rolling. We have the draft lottery for the NBA. I'll hit that up real quick, Dale.
Which pick the Suns get?
Well, I'll tell you. 2029, we'll find out. 2030, we'll find out when the Suns will pick. We'll go through it real quick because you can't tell me the draft lottery's not written.
Well, I saw the Indiana general manager apologizing.
Because they set it up perfect to have a top 3 pick, and they got screwed by the NBA. The ping pong balls did it. Right.
Okay, Dave Nash.
Come on back, folks. Main event, second hour coming up next. And we're back here, second hour main event. Woo-wee. Talking Wemby here. Let me be clear on that. I think Wemby should be suspended. Robert also says Wemby has to miss at least one game. That elbow was worse than a punch. That's the other thing that tells me you can kind of get around it a little. I think you should be. I don't know if they have the guts to do it, is my point here. In this situation, in the playoffs with a guy, if this was Draymond, if this was Brooks, there's no question, suspension's coming.
Because of reputation.
Reputation. He does not have this reputation. And then on top of it, dare I say this, I'm not saying it didn't hurt, but like Naz Reid didn't really act like it was a big deal either.
Well, you don't dole out punishment based on the opponent's reaction.
No, but if he would have been knocked unconscious, fallen to the ground or something to that, it looks worse. So then the public outcry would be bigger, is what I'm saying.
What I told you during the break is the reason why I think there will be a one-game suspension is because if they don't, every single thing that happens from here on out will be compared to that. And no, that's not as bad as what Wemby did. Not even close to what Wemby did. And
I'm losing this bet. I fully concur. I'm losing a lunch bet.
But the bottom line is they do have to have some gagnons to pull the trigger.
And I'm not sure David Silver does. If this was, who was the commissioner back in Adam Silver?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Adam Silver's right now.
Yeah, now. Who was the guy before?
Stern.
Yeah, David Stern. That's right. I got his names all confused. If it was David Stern, he's being suspended. He might be publicly flocked in the square. But the new this commissioner, I don't.
Hey, at the end of the day,
I'm not too sure.
You use the same conclusion that Stern had when he kicked the Suns out for the next game, suspended them. Yeah. Hey, this is only Game 5 coming up. It's 2-2. So you miss Wemby, give it a good old-fashioned try. You get Wemby back for Game 6, and you can still win the series.
You're down 3-2, and you got to win 2 in a row. That changes this. Now,
changes, no doubt.
The difference here, I think, is, two players took one step off the floor. The Spurs took steps off the floor, and nobody happened to them.
Right.
Stuff like that. This is also Wemby causing the and then back then Robert Horry started it, so it was a reaction thing from the Sun. This is Wemby doing it all to himself.
Yeah,
that's kind of the difference you're feeling. So we'll have to see. All right, I have a feeling I'm losing this bet. I just will be shocked because I just don't think he has the guts to do this because this is going to change the series. And whether you like it or not, the NBA. I'm not going full conspiracy here, but the NBA can manipulate things to get what is better for them on the money side. It's just that. So there's histories of the NBA manipulating things. They're not blatant where they're blowing it. They're purposely doing it. You put a certain ref in a game that calls fouls more than a certain ref doesn't. That's what they do to kind of influence these things. I'm just telling you. This is going to be fascinating to watch. And another example of manipulation is simply the NBA draft.
Look at you.
NBA draft lottery. Washington Wizards are first. Utah Jazz second. I saw their renovation plans. They're starting it this offseason. That way, half the arena can see the hockey game eventually when they get done with all their renovations. Out there, Memphis Grizzlies third in the draft. Chicago Bulls 4, Clippers 5, Brooklyn Nets 6, Kings 7th, Atlanta Hawks 8th, Dallas Mavericks 9th, Milwaukee Bucks 10th, Golden State Warriors 11th, Oklahoma City Thunder 12th, Miami Heat 13th, Charlotte Hornets 14th. Wow. The worst teams in the league don't have high draft picks. What a weird way to say we want our bad teams to be better.
Well, the Wizard, the Jazz,
the Mavericks,
the Grizzlies.
Yeah, the Mavericks and the Bucks are specifically what I'm kind of referring to. 9 and 10 for them on top of it. But again,
how did Oklahoma City get screwed?
They did not.
How did they get screwed?
They shouldn't even be in there.
Huh?
They shouldn't even be in there. But, I mean, then you got a team that, last year was in the finals, went to Game 7 of the finals, lost their star player, Halliburton.
Right.
They had to retool their roster because of that. So they let, their one big center, they let their one big guy go. And they had to make manipulation moves with their roster for money reasons. By losing Halliburton, they knew they would struggle to compete, so they had to do it adjustingly. They're terrible this year. Did you hear me read their names at all? The Indiana Pacers got royally screwed to the point where the GM had to come out and say, we did everything right. The balls just didn't fall in our favor. That's a terrible draft system. And now next year you're making it worse with this anti-tanking deal where if you have the worst 3 records, you don't even have the best chance to get the number 1 pick. What? I don't get what the NBA is doing, but this manipulation needs to stop. Just go by records and leave it. Stop with this. You have an 8% chance. You have a 15% chance, and et cetera. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It doesn't work. Why are the Clippers at 5, Dale? Well, they have talent on that team. They have money to make it. What are the Bulls and Memphis going to do with the high draft? Or the Jazz? We're going to draft another guy that's not going to play at all and make us win. We're going to still suck next year.
Oh, so the reason the Clippers have the pick at 5 is because I was trying to figure that out. Nobody explained it that I saw that they had the Pacers first round pick, but it's probably top 4 or top 3 protected.
It's protected. They even had a redraw because I don't remember the exact, but somebody, I think it was the Jazz, got the 3rd and the 2nd pick. So here's the other side of it. They do it all behind closed doors, which is issue number 2.
Just so it said, this was the Zubac trade.
Yes.
And the Clippers had gotten 2 first-round picks from the Pacers, and it was all contingent on it was top 4 pick or better. Indiana got to keep this one.
Yeah, they protect it. Yeah.
But 5 and below, they don't. Yeah. So they don't have first-round picks.
I don't get how you protect picks. I've talked about that issue all along. So the Pacers get screwed with that trade deal and everything. But then on top of it, the Jazz got 3 and 2. If I remember correctly, the Jazz got 3. Now, this all happens behind closed doors, which also, anything done behind closed doors is shady, folks. And so they had to repick it. And that's why Memphis gets the 3rd one. Because they had to go back. Once the Jazz got 2 in a row, they're like, we got to redo those 2. Bloop, 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 bloop. And then the Grizzlies get 3 and the Jazz get 2. And you know how we find out about it? People in the enclosed room of secrecy come out and talk about it.
Right.
The NBA deserves all of its comeuppance with this stuff. And Wemby's not being suspended. Look at how they manipulate everything.
They can't.
If anything, Wemby's not going to get suspended, and they're just going to gift the Spurs a win.
Adam Silver cannot look into a bevy of cameras and say, we will not suspend Wemby. He can't. There's no humanly way possible.
He can, and he's going to. He looked honestly in the faces of everybody at the draft lottery and said that was on the up and up. It's everything but the up and up. If it was on the up and up, you would do it in front of everybody, not in a room with only certain observers. You would do it so the world can see it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they did it with envelopes one year. People thought the envelope was frozen, cold.
There was no way the Knicks should have won that lottery to get Patrick Ewing, man. No chance at all.
Wow.
Just. My dear God, Nash could do a whole show on the NBA for the Real Matrix.
I might say that.
That might help. Yeah. He hates it.
He does.
But oh my God, that would be the most controversial episode ever on the Real Matrix if he just forlayed into the NBA and its nonsense and conspiracies out there.
Well,
you can go even to the point where last year, where the Mavericks trade Luka to the Lakers, and they have like a tiny chance to win the number 1 pick. The worst chance of them all. They get the number 1 pick to get the next young stud, Cooper Flagg, to come out. Dude, it's all fake. I am not a conspiracy theorist, believe it or not, folks. And the NBA is the most rigged thing. WWE looks like an up and up compared to the NBA.
Ooh. But again, here's... Okay, I was almost going to bring politics into it, but I'm not going to. It's one thing to say, like the NFL, teams play hard. Now, they might start a backup quarterback or things like that.
But they're still trying to win.
But yet they're still trying to win because the players understand, hey, the guy that you're going to draft with the higher draft pick might be mine. Yeah. And you have to play hard in the football game anywhere you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, or this coach is getting fired because we suck so bad. New coach, I'm not going to be on this team next year. I need to put on film so another team will pick me up.
But yet in the NBA, somehow, some way over the years, it's become acceptable and okay to lose.
Yeah. And sit out. Collect money and not play. Yeah. It just go through the whole deal.
So having said all that, that's what I was going to say. Rather than just say, well, just give it to the team with the worst record and go in reverse order like the NFL, that's how we got in this spot. Even just a better position. What's the solution? You can't just snap a magic wand and go, no more days off, no rest. No. You got to play hard. You got to win.
It comes from the play. Well, it comes from the owners allowing it to happen and the CBA allowing it to happen. You know how you stop it, Dale? You put in the contract, you play this amount of games and you're not hurt, you get this amount of pay deducted from you. But nobody's going to allow that to happen.
Nope. It's just
it'll solve it in 2 seconds.
I mean, they tried doing that with the all NBAs and all that,
and then they gave excuses to a couple guys that were really hurt.
Right.
But it's like, well, then you didn't do it. Then
you either do it or you don't. Yes. You don't go case by case. But
no, the owner. If you're an owner, the Joel Embiid re-signing for 2 years, they get swept in the playoffs. Joel Embiid has missed more games in his NBA career than he's actually played in, folks.
And how much money has he made?
Gajillions. And after that game, the Sixers went, you know what we need? More Joel Embiid missing a bunch of games for the next 2 years for a large sum of money. It's on the owners for doing it, man. Put your foot down. I'm not signing you because you're not healthy. You can go play someplace else. But you need the big name. They're afraid to do it. Ballmer and Clippers land. Like, there's a rumor Steve Ballmer could own the Seahawks coming up here. Oh, dear God. What will he do to football with guys not playing and all of that garbage from that perspective and things? It's just ridiculous.
To take a guess how much Joel's made through this season.
$250 million in his career.
If I said that you were woefully short.
I would not be surprised. Is it really more than that?
$321 million.
Yeah, well, good for him. And he's missed more games than he's played in. Now, if it's a legit injury, it's one thing. But like I said, why sign him up for a 2 more year contract if you're the 76ers? You know, and he's not making these games is the question. That's what I don't get. It's irritating. And then you got guys like Steve Kerr. Oh, I just don't know if your voice goes stale, and I don't think I'm going to be back. He does this whole woe is me. Oh, the Warriors don't want me back. It's time for a change of voice. And then the stupid lying son of a gun signs a 2-year contract extension with the Warriors. What?
The one thing I didn't see that came out about there is how much money he's getting paid.
17. Oh no. He was earning $17.5 million a year. And the rumor that they're saying that he will still be the highest paid coach in the league. So he's going to he got a little bit of a bump. But what has Steve Kerr done over the last 5 years that says he deserves to be the number 1 paid head coach in the league? Because the Warriors get to the play-in game and get kicked out every year. What is he doing to earn that money? It's the owners, folks. Why are you paying Steve Kerr that money? Start your rebuild, guys. I'm having a heart attack, Dale. So he's making at least $70.5 million a year. I mean, look, if you're Steve Kerr, you're taking that money. I ain't turning that money down.
No.
I don't care. I don't care what I'm doing.
And maybe this was kind of a plan his whole time to, hey, I might walk away. You might want to give me a little more.
You go, you know what you do? You go, you know what? I have a car coming for you. Don't worry about it, buddy. You don't have to walk. I have a car coming and taking you to the airport. But the other side of it is, too, I mean, he's talking about not being there. That's what scares you the most. But again, Are the Warriors going to be better next year because Steve Kerr is coming back and the highest paid coach in the league? No. They're going to be a play-in team again with injuries galore. I don't get it, man. NBA, I just don't get the NBA deal. It baffles the heck out of me.
And it's getting harder and harder to watch.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even in these playoffs, it's like there's a lot of things that you struggle to watch. Like the Knicks winning by 30 over the 76ers. Like even if you're even remotely interested in that series, which I knew would be a blowout. I didn't know it was going to be that big of a blowout.
Right.
But even then I was like, who wants to watch this series? And then it goes and be worse than you think. It's like, what is happening right now? Papa Mike says, Steven might be watching Angry too much. And he goes, I like it. I've always had the NBA as rigged theory, by the way. That's the one league. I have kind of moved the NFL into that a little bit with some of those blatant mispass interference calls and things. Like I know I tell Dale all the time that, that's rigged as rigged can be when that happens. Things to that effect. Basketball, though, in terms of on the court stuff, it is, I've always believed the NBA will just put, the Suns are winning? Let's put Scott Foster into a game with Chris Paul when those two don't get along for Game 5, and the Suns must win that game. They're not doing that to say Scott Foster, go have the Suns lose, but they know what they're doing when they're having that happen. Like if they play, if Brothers is a referee for the Timberwolves again this year, they know what they're doing. They're not saying, hey, go have the Timberwolves lose this game. But they know what they're putting in there. That's how you manipulate it, folks.
Right.
Hey, this ref calls a lot of fouls on the big guys. But we got two big guys battling it out. We don't want that. We want more of an open game here for this game because it's going to be a big watch game. So we're going to throw a ref in there that calls fouls on the big guys more than anybody else on the court. That's how you can manipulate it legally to do it. They know what they're doing.
You got all the talking heads coming out. NBA better not suspend Wemby. He got thrown out of the game early enough. That's a penalty.
I didn't read that, but even I was like, that's the excuse. It wasn't in the fourth quarter. It wasn't like he played the whole game. No, it was early enough. Second quarter, 8 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Okay, so suspend him for the first half next game.
That's the other side of it is the pressure on them, man. This is going to be
Yeah.
Woo. I'll say this, as an NBA, if you're an NBA fan with this series, unless you're a Timberwolves fan, because they're all going to come out as all their nonsense. It cost us a championship. Slow your roll, guys. Slow your roll.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's one of these things where you're sitting in the room going, well, obviously, the best Western Conference championship would seem to be San Antonio, Oklahoma City.
Yeah. And you're going to lead credence to the conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
I am joking about that they want the Spurs in there. If they don't suspend him, they're signaling to the world, we want the Spurs to play the Thunder because we're going to get more games out of that, which means more money for us. That's what they're signaling if they don't suspend him coming up here. Yeah, I firmly believe that. But that's how you can manipulate it. That's how you can manipulate it legally. And justify. I'm telling you, there's ways to justify it, Dale. That's why I don't think they have the guts to do it. There's ways to justify not suspending him. Oh, we talked to him, and oh my God, he's just so remorseful, and he swears he'll never do it again. And he's never done it before.
And I can see them doing this.
Do you think he went, s'il vous plaît, after he hit him?
Who? What did you say?
Is that a French term? S'il vous plaît. Robert says Donahue was onto something. Unbelievable that Foster is still a referee after that doc. Yeah, I mean that's issue number 2. We can get into that.
Right.
The phone calls, the hour-long phone calls before games and stuff with the guy manipulating the NBA and stuff like that. Oh no, I firmly believe in that scandal. There were more people involved in that. One man took the fall to protect the league.
No doubt about it.
And it's kind of like baseball. When you have 2 or 3 bad umpires, which they still have, they stay in there because they need to protect the union. Knowing how bad it is, they just don't give them the big assignments. And then that's protecting the league by keeping them in there. Believe it or not, you're protecting the league by having bad umpires. because it elevates the good umpires and takes the focus off of everything else.
Well, and the other possibility is, again, I think everybody sits here and watches this Jerry Jones fiasco in Dallas, the fact that it's the richest franchise in all sports.
Yep.
They've been mediocre forever. And Jerry just loves whatever you're going to say about him.
And Jerry Jones was the first owner to come out. Now more are getting this way. He was the first owner. I said years ago, Jerry Jones makes money if they go 8-8.
Yeah.
They make money. And then every 2 to 3 years, you stick your head up and win 10 and be in the playoffs. But he makes money at 8-8 and stays competitive at 8-8 and makes what he cares about on the backside at 8-8. And he was the first owner to figure that out. And other owners are going down that lane as well. But you still got to make a playoff push every couple years. You can't always be terrible. Or 8-8. You do have to vie for a playoff spot every couple years, every few years. Other than that, that's what you do as well. Yeah. Papa Mike says, I can't see them wanting Oklahoma City or Spurs winning, but I do get that they want more games in that series. I do see why they would want a big market like New York, though. The Oklahoma City Thunder, though, have transformed that small market. People are going to tune into the Oklahoma City Thunder because of how good they are. You can overcome that a little bit now that you go into that kind of a deal.
Last year's Oklahoma City, Indiana finals were the lowest drawing finals since Steve was in diapers.
Yeah, and it was a game. It went 7 games, too.
Yeah, it was an exciting series.
Yeah, that's why you need the Knicks in there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, folks, you're getting a Thunder-Knicks series. I'm just telling you right now. And it's going to be highly rated because of that New York and Eastern market. That's what's going to happen.
Yes.
It's going to be unwatchable.
And you want to see who Dolan's going to throw out at the Garden.
I read more stories this weekend. More people are coming out with his security detail and what he looks at for people in the stadium. He had a kid. He had the police in Colorado go visit a 14 or 15-year-old kid because that kid said something about Dolan on social media. The Knicks or the Madison Square Garden security called the local police in Colorado and had them go scare the living crap out of this kid for talking smack about Dolan in Colorado. The guy is a dirtbag. Come after me. Send the police to my door, Dolan. I dare you to, you coward.
No, come on. Give me the Oklahoma City Mike Gundy. The Oklahoma State Mike Gundy.
Yeah.
Call me.
I'm a man. I'm a man. Come after me. That's how big of a D-bag this guy is. And I want his team to make the finals and then get destroyed in 4 games. Be fantastic. Yeah, wait for it.
Boy. It's got to come down today, too. Whatever happens,
I do agree with you on that. It might be later in the day, but here's the thing. They got to talk to people. They got to interview people. They don't just make these decisions.
What do you need to interview people for?
Oh, no. They got to be like, Wemby, tell us about what happened. He's like, Stevie Blake, I was just thinking about riding my bike with my baguette.
Hold on, you think he's Vlade Divac?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why he went Serbian on me all of a sudden. Oh, yes, too. French have a higher voice. I was just riding my bike and with my baguette, minding my own business. Watching that mime over there. And now his head just got in my way of my elbow. I know. Thank you. Stereotypes, folks. Stereotypes of French people. Thank you very much.
That was not a very good stereotype.
Be here all week. Come on back, folks. We got hockey. We got D-backs to talk.
Good D-backs.
In Texas this weekend. Well, again, good yesterday. And then Tori's got to go. We can't have all sorts of good things happen. I got to go ruin this.
I don't think it was ruined.
Oh, it was stupid.
5-1,
It
Steven.
was stupid taking him out of that game in the 9th inning. Talk about ruining it. He deserved to get his butt
Finally,
booed.
Wallerschmidt gets called up, and look out.
Well, he wasn't very good on Saturday. Come on back, folks. We'll talk about it. I keep getting the commissioners confused out there. Appreciate you coming back. Don't forget TME Media AZ. On YouTube, we see the subscribers going up here. We appreciate it. We haven't done a ton of advertising yet. What we're kind of moving towards still Robot TV, YouTube, of course, TME Media AZ. Everything's on demand on Rumble, rumble.com/user/TME Media as well. That's where you can find the Real Matrix also over there. We're going to go back and, because there's 29 episodes of the Real Matrix now. That show has been going like gangbusters. But YouTube doesn't like that show, so we're going to go back and cut those shows up into kind of like a preview form, like a little bit of a, kind of a preview to just, if people want to watch the previews there on YouTube, the way we can get them through some of those YouTube censors and everything. So we're going to do that. Start working on that. It's probably going to take a little bit to do to get those up, kind of like little shorts. Give you an idea what the episode's about so you can go find it on Rumble and stuff like that. Of course, podcasts as well. At TME Sports Shows where you can find us there. Pit Stop coming out Wednesday, Dale. It's exciting times around here as we're headed into the summer months as well. Coming up here, you have a granddaughter coming. Summer months are coming. I got an 18-year-old graduating high school. The times are changing.
They are changing. Lots of exciting things out there. By the way, Adam Silver earns $10 million a year plus incentives. He's built for a decision like this. Step up and be a man.
Here's the thing, though. The incentives includes TV money.
Yeah.
And all that.
Wait, they just signed all new deals.
Yeah, well, revenue. Here's the other thing. Because we were talking during the break, I said, there's a giant argument happening where the Spurs are like calling them, going, "Heck, we get it, we understand that he shouldn't have done it," and they're making it better. Timberwolves are like, "Oh my God, Naz Reid's girlfriend has a toothache because he got hit in the face so hard."
My neck still hurts this morning.
Stuff like that. They're doing that stuff. But you mean to tell me that the network's not like, guys, we'd rather see this not happen. I guarantee you all of those conversations are happening. And this is a bigger deal than just, did he do it, did he not do it? Here are the rules going forward as well. I firmly believe that with the Robert Horry situation with the Suns. The Spurs were the team that everybody wanted to see at that time.
I don't know.
It kind of goes against you a little bit.
I think the Suns were the up-and-coming team. Spurs had been there, done that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They still garner the ratings and championships, baby, as well.
Who likes to watch the dark black Darth Vader of the NBA?
Couple of quick things. The softball, Grand Canyon University came back from a 9-0 deficit in the first inning on Saturday. To win their conference championship. Complete shocker there. They get to go to the softball invitational as well, 64 teams. ASU, shocked, number 4 ranked Texas Tech. First team to score on them in like 2 years in the Big 12 championship.
Really?
Conference thing as well. Shocked them to win their Big 12 championship there, the ASU softball team. So we have the 64 team field revealed. I love the softball NCAA tournament. It is phenomenal to watch out there. But the SEC has 6 of the top 8 seeds in the championship. Yeah. Alabama's number 1. Texas is number 2. All begins on Friday. Yeah, we got it.
Who's number 3?
Doesn't matter.
Who's number 4?
Doesn't matter.
Is there, can we please come up, let's make up a sport.
If this is like basketball, 3 of the 6 of the top 8 seeds will be out of this tournament this weekend.
Can we make up a sport like Frisbee or dog grooming or something so the SEC can't dominate that too? Ridiculous. College Baseball World Series, that's all you can see is
this
SEC.
This is what doesn't make sense. How can you possibly have 12 of your 15 teams in the 64 field? How can 12 teams, just by mathematical reasons that I cannot do, 12 teams do not have winning records in their conference. It's mathematically impossible. How can you have 12 of your teams, of 15 of them, into the field? all but 3 are good enough to get into this thing? It is garbage. It is horse crap. These fields are too big. If 12 of the 15 teams, I don't even have to look it up to tell you, there are teams with losing conference records in this thing.
Yes.
Why? Why do you deserve to go in because you play a soft non-conference schedule? But we played in the SEC. Win some games, Tiger.
They do.
No, they don't. They have a losing conference records. It's a joke, and we're expanding the NCAA women's and men's to 76 now. It's a joke. It's stupid. We're putting losing teams. We're celebrating losing now in America, folks, is what we're doing right now. Oh, you have a 5-15 conference record. Why don't you come play with the big boys again and get some extra money out of it? Stupid. It needs to end. It is garbage. It is ridiculous. It's a shamockery.
It just blows my mind how good the SEC is.
Let me know when you're done.
I mean, seriously, I'm just going through the whole stinking SEC, and Florida State's got to play Stetson. Florida's got Florida A&M.
Well, first of all, Florida State's not in the SEC.
Oh, dang it. Florida is. Alabama is. They play. Listen to some of these schools. Duke and Howard are in this thing. Alabama plays South Carolina upstate, not downstate, not mid-state. A&M against UConn. Oklahoma against that vaunted foe Binghamton.
What 3 SEC teams did not make this bracket? Ole Miss, Auburn, and Kentucky. I know Kentucky didn't.
And they probably fired their coaches because that's unacceptable.
Here's the deal. South Carolina got into this thing. They were 7-17 in conference play. 30-26 overall. They were 7-17 against the supposed best, if you want to go by Dale's record there. Missouri's 9-15 in the conference. That's not even competitive. Mississippi State was 9-15 in their conference. That's not competitive. But yet, come and join us in the national bracket, you uncompetitive weasels. Georgia, 12-12. Maybe borderline if you want, because they were 38-18 overall. So we can play a bunch of crappy teams to really get that record high and then suck in our conference, and we'll make the tournament because we're the big, bad SEC. You won 7 games in the SEC at South Carolina. What are you doing in this garbage? This is stupid. It's the biggest hunk of crap on the planet. And we're expanding the men's and women's tournament on top of it. I'm fired up right now. Throw up the NHL playoff brackets, Kobe. Let's talk about something more fun here than that stupidity in college sports. Colorado's up 2-1 on Minnesota. When Minnesota was able to get that win the other night as well. The Knights in Anaheim, folks, 2-2 as of now. This is going to be a 7-game series. I have a feeling it's coming our way. Dale, this is a fantastic series, fun to watch as well. Boy, the rally towels that the Ducks had yesterday looked awesome. I wish I knew somebody at that game to grab me one of those. Is fantastic. Buffalo, Montreal. Montreal won last night, 2-1 lead here for Montreal as well. That's a fantastic series. If you're going to pick one, that's the one I would pick. If I'm just going to pick one, but otherwise do the Knights Anaheim. Colorado's going to end up beating Minnesota pretty easily coming up, I feel. So, it'll be entertaining, but not as entertaining as those other two.
Well, what's fascinating is the Hurricanes are sitting at home.
For the next week plus some.
As they swept the 76ers.
The Phillies.
No.
The Flyers.
I always said the Phillies.
Well, because you said the other team. I'm all confused now.
They beat the Eagles.
Yep.
But they swept. So they swept. So they're sitting home. And Game 4, it's 2-1 Sabres Canadiens. Game 4 doesn't go on until tomorrow night.
Yeah. They had played 3 games in that series before Buffalo and Montreal even started their series, or 2 games in that series. It's ridiculous. Starting that series early is backfiring. Here's the question you got, because the Carolina Hurricanes have allowed 5 goals in 4 games against the Senators. against the Senators in the first round there, Ottawa. They allowed 5 goals in 4 games against the Flyers as well. It's not that they're winning. It's that they are dominating. They're 8-0 with 10 goals against over the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. 8 games for them as well. That's how much Carolina has been dominating these playoffs. You want some more stats? Hurricanes become just the first NHL team to sweep 2 best-of-7 series to open a playoff. Historic levels, obviously, here is what we're talking about. No team has started 8-0 since the current format of 4 rounds of 7 began in 1987, on top of it. That's how dominant and historically dominant Carolina is. Now the big question is, they sat at home after the Pittsburgh series for about almost a week, 5 days I think it was. They're going to sit home for at least 7 days now. Could be longer. That's going to be interesting to see with 2 young teams in Buffalo, Montreal, because that's going to be a lengthy series. That's going 6, possibly 7 games. This is going to be interesting to watch if Carolina can keep their edge with just waiting for so long like they are coming up here.
Yeah.
And then now Colorado. I don't think it's a bad thing that Minnesota won the other night, to be honest with you, because Colorado doesn't want to go sit at home in that time frame with the other side. Now you still got to go win it and stuff. But these are fun little series here, and that's where we're getting the intrigue. Right now, Colorado's been the best team in NHL all season long. It's Carolina. They are the best team in hockey, and it's not close right now.
Who loses a game first, Oklahoma City or Carolina?
Ooh, well, Oklahoma City, because they're going to have more chances while Carolina's sitting at home waiting. That's the problem.
They play tonight, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If they sweep tonight, then they're off for a week or so, because that other series is going to go far. It's going to go at least 7. They're 2-2 right now. So there you go, your hockey update for you as well, folks. Catch that night's Anaheim series. That was a lot of fun.
There's a great atmosphere in Anaheim.
Oh my God, it is. The pond is an amazing place to watch hockey.
I mean, you kind of think in California things a little more sedate and quiet and laid back. I tuned into some of that game and they were going crazy.
Though I don't know if you saw those towels, man. They were like evil looking duck. They were fantastic, fantastic. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't care who wins that series because I think they're going to lose to Colorado regardless. But it's fun, man. It's just a fun little series. So that's the thing. This is how my hockey playoffs have gone. Obviously, Mammoth used to be the Coyotes with all those young teams against my Golden Knights, team that I openly root for now in the first round. Now, I grew up a Ducks fan since their existence because I grew up in the Anaheim area and stuff and lived there and rooted for the Ducks before the Coyotes came here. Was a Ducks fan. Went to a bunch of games there every year. We'd go over there and watch them and stuff to that effect. Even then, when I had Coyotes tickets and they would treat us, we got to choose a game we'd go to every year. That's how good of tickets we had down. And they'd fly us there, and I always chose the Anaheim game to go to. It was a quick little flight there, go to a game, stay overnight in Anaheim and all that stuff. It was a fun time. I enjoyed it. I always chose those games there as well. So I have, look at it, I have like both rounds. I have 2 teams, and I'm like, good. Ooh, let's go, baby.
So now I expect to get up tomorrow morning and go, well, I've always kind of liked Oklahoma City.
No, never going to happen.
And when we had really good seats at the Suns games, I'd always pick the Oklahoma City trip.
My Suns season tickets were upper level, center court, upper level.
I sat in those one time. Like somebody gave me first row upper deck center court.
We were second level, but right there, yeah.
And when I got up to the second level
row.
and I was on the stairs, I turned around, I almost went into vertigo.
You had no stairs if you were first row.
Well, to get up. You still had, there's like a railing there. And so you had to come around. Yeah. And I turned around, I'm like,
it's pretty steep up there.
Yeah.
But I had that because Suns tickets for the regular season, I wasn't losing money if I couldn't go to a game or couldn't give them away or whatever. But what I would do is when they went to the playoffs, I'd sell the upper level tickets and I'd buy 2 tickets down low, they'd sit closer for the playoffs. That was kind of my MO. But regular season, I didn't feel it was good to buy that low. They were good seats. You see everything up there. But for a regular season 8 p.m. tip off, it wasn't worth paying the extra to sit down. That's why I did. Save that money.
So you like Oklahoma City and the Knicks now?
No, I can't stand either of those teams. I'm not a front runner, Dale. You sound like Jason Carter. He used to get so mad at me when we were on the radio and he was my producer. He used to get so, you're just everywhere. Yeah, I'm from Southern California. I live in Arizona a lot of my life. Went to school here and everything. My mom's side of the family's from Vegas. Yeah, I have 3 places I consider my hometown. I spent some time in Chicago. I spent some time in other places. Yeah, I have a life, people.
And you've always had an affinity for Carolina, and you love Denver. And
can't stand Carolina, Denver. I was a Broncos fan growing up because I didn't want to root for the Cowboys. Because here in Arizona, you know this. You had Cowboys or Broncos were the 2 teams you saw all the time. And I was actually a New York Giants fan because of that Lawrence Taylor and that. Oh my God, that defense was so good. I just loved it.
And then the Cowboys became good, and then you became a Cowboy fan.
I never became a Cowboys fan ever a day in my life.
You didn't like greatness, huh? You like mediocrity.
Yeah,
one and done.
Yeah, because I look instead of 3 and done.
One and done.
Instead of 3 and done.
Well, see, the Giants got rid of Lawrence Taylor. Cowboys got rid of Dale Hellestrae.
It tested my likeness of the Giants though when Phil Simms. And then who was the guy that took over for him?
Hostetler,
and I was like, I'm not a Hostetler fan at all. Oh my God, Jackson Dart and because the UFC fights were in New Jersey. Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterby were both there, sitting like 2nd or 3rd row. Yeah.
Well, I hope I see a little more Cam on the field rather than at wrestling matches.
They put him on the screen and they headbutted. But their heads. Seriously,
I don't blame him one bit. 4th round draft pick. You take every opportunity to get your.
So at the place I was at, this kid goes, "Man, their career is going to go nowhere, right?" And I go, "No, it's going to be the most spectacular 3, maybe 4 years of existence for Cam Scatterby and Jackson Dart. Like you're just going to sit back and just be marveled for like 3, 4, and then it's just going to be injury city after that." But, man, it's going to be the most fun 3-year stretch you've ever seen in NFL football. That's coming our way. 2 more to go, baby. There's no way you played NFL football. There's just no way you can stay healthy.
Well, not
the way who you are.
Especially not the way that Scatterby plays. Jackson Dart's a different story. He had a freak injury or whatever. But
he likes that. He has to learn how to slide. But that's the thing. Cam Scatterby can't.
No.
He can't look for contact and stuff because that's how he plays. He all of a sudden can't like run out of bounds and stuff. He won't let himself do that. Jackson Dart will have to learn it if he wants to stay there and stuff like that. So, Dale, I got 2 things for you on the Diamondbacks. You ready? 1, J-Mart. Justin Martinez threw his first bullpen session on Friday at Salt River Field. Torey Lovello said his fastball was 96 to 99 miles per hour. The time frame for him to come back, it's still a 3 to 4 month time frame to come back to the major leagues after your first bullpen session. So we still have some time, but 2 positive things here. 1, he is back on the bullpen session.
Right.
But then 2, more importantly, 96 to 99 fastball, so that velocity's there.
The velocity's back.
Because it was missing there.
Yes.
Before he went down when they're trying to figure out what it is. So that is fantastic news. That puts us end of July, beginning of August. Playoff push, baby.
Okay.
That's like making a trade if that happens.
For a closer.
To get him back into there. We'll have A.J. Puck back by then, I believe. So just adding more people on that side. The other news I got for you is Torey Lovello just doesn't like positive things, man. He had all the goodwill yesterday. We're all sitting there going, oh, my God, he let him go out in the 9th. Yes! 87 pitches after 8 innings, maybe 90. I don't remember what it was. No, it was about 100.
He finished with 100.
Okay, so it was like 91 at the end of the 8th, something like that. And then Torey lets him go back out there. And even on the radio, because I was listening to it driving to Glendale, the radio broadcast was like, maybe it's one of those things where if a guy gets on base, he'll pull him out. But Torey Lovello gets up, his sick little self, because he was sick before the game. He gets up there, and my favorite part was, man, how Erod walks on the far end of the dugout. Doesn't go anywhere near him after the 8th inning. Goes in there. Why are you negotiating with your? Why are you even negotiating with your pitcher? You know what you say to your pitcher in that situation, Dale? Dealing. Not a lot of pitches on his arm. Dealing. Dominating the game. You don't have complete games under Torey Lovullo. He pulls pitchers too early. You never have a complete game. You know what you say to your pitcher in that moment, Dale? You comes off and you go, "How you feeling?" He goes, "Good. I got the ninth." You go, "You got the ninth, buddy." And you go, and you turn around and you look back out in the dugout. And you act like you just ignore him at that point. But not Torey Lovullo. We got to have a negotiation in the dugout. We got to talk about this before I let you go back out there. No. You sit back, Torey, and you go, "How you feeling? I want the ninth." You got the ninth, Tiger. You got the ninth. You could even say, "Hey, if a guy gets on, I'm going to pull you out." You know, if a guy hits you hard, I'm going to pull you out. You could say something like that. That's all you got to do. But no, we got to break out lawyers and negotiation styles. We got to have a conversation. "Well, if I let you back out there," and we found out after the game, "I told him I was going to give him 10 pitches. What the hell's wrong with you? The guy's dealing out there. The guy's having the best outing of any starter of years on your team. He has the potential for a complete game. You're up 5-1 on top of it. He can give up a 2-run homer and you still have a lead. You can pull him out at that time, but not Torey." Then after the game, and Torey got booed mercifully. I'm driving. I'm getting off of the freeway, Dale, and I'm taking a right, and I had my window down. I didn't, but if I did, people would have thought I was being booed. It was so loud the boos were in my car. It was ridiculous that he's getting booed in that moment. We can't have nice things here. Torey Lovullo just can't let us be happy on the success of a guy. Torey Lovullo's got to stick his nose in there and make it a miserable experience. And I don't get it, Dale. Why can't he just shut up, sit down, and let the good thing happen? Torey doesn't want greatness on this team. Torey doesn't want you to be great, Erod. He's going to stop you from being great. And it drives me nuts. It makes me angry that Torey doesn't let his guys do good. Other than that, I was happy with the D-backs over there.
I said, are you through?
No, I'm pissed. Like, what are you doing?
Well, and yet at the end of the day, he went 8 1/3.
He should have got 9.
He threw 100 pitches.
Should have had
He
9.
came out of the game healthy. Who would have known? Who knows what happened if he had to throw that extra 2/3
knock
of an
that
inning?
garbage off.
I'm sorry. When's the last time you checked Erod's record?
And he's having a heck of a season.
Yeah. So he went that far. Let somebody else come in and get a little bit of work too. Let somebody else throw a couple pitches in a game.
No.
I guarantee
Baseball needs to be a dictatorship sometimes. Sorry, Bull Durham. It needs to be a dictatorship sometimes.
It is. That's when Torey goes out there and says, "You're out."
Stupid. Let him in there. That was a bloop single on top. A guy barely made contact with it.
Hey, he gave up a hit. Get your butt over here by me on the bench.
But then after the game, Torey goes, "Well, why'd you pull him?" "Well, he was at 100 pitches. I told him to give me 10 pitches. "Well, why'd you tell him 10? "Well, because I didn't want. I only wanted him to have 110 pitches.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Still
he had no stress on him all day. It's stupid.
Still early in the season, Steve. We've had arm injuries galore here. What would you do if he kept him out there for another batter?
I'd be ripping Torey today. I'd be ripping him to death.
Yes, and he got injured.
I really would.
You would.
You leave him in that.
You'd be jumping up on that table like I've never seen you jump before.
A pitcher should be able to hit 100 pitches without sweating.
It's only early May.
Whatever. I hate how you defend Torey all the time. It drives me nuts.
No, I don't like to see him have a chance to complete game, but at the end of the day, it's a win. Erod's undefeated. It's a great outing. He's going to feel great going into the next start.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah. Well, I'm surprised Torey didn't go, "I know how he feels the next day. That's why I had to take him out." The wind. The AC kicked on, and I was worried that he might get the chills and the sniffles if I left him out there for 2/3. At least he didn't say that garbage.
Well, wasn't Marte held out of a game because he was?
Yeah, because he was sick. But there is a sickness going around the clubhouse.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Torey's supposedly sick, but Torey had no problem getting out to that mound yesterday in the 9th inning to get Erod out of that game. Torey had no problem. I've been feeling well. I can't do any of my availability because I'm just under the weather. What? We're going to have a complete game. We can't have a complete game around here. we're the Arizona Diamondbacks. We don't do complete game. I better get out there. And he's running out there as quickly as he can to get the ball from Erod. Seriously, the fan base was on their side. The fans in the stadium. I'm driving down the road excited for Erod. We're all excited for Erod. And we all get reminded how we all can't get excited about things around here because for no reason other than because. But you have to give credit. I mean, on the positive side, heck of it. I mean, these starters have been unbelievable since they had that meeting.
Yes.
And everything. Absolutely unbelievable. Walt Schmidt got called up.
My guy.
First hit on his first game. Pinch hitter got his hit. 0 for 3 on Saturday. But, man, yesterday, 3 RBIs yesterday.
Yeah.
Clobbered the ball as well. The thing that impresses me most about this kid, even more so than I felt this way about Corbin Carroll as well as he was coming up. It's just Corbin Carroll's more quiet. I'll say Corbin Carroll's like a stick in the. I've met him in person and had a chance to see him be interviewed and interview him and stuff. Very stick in the mud, like not personable. Like he'll talk to you, but you kind of have to like draw the answers out of him. This kid is calm, poised. The moment's not too big for him. The lights aren't too big, and I love that about this kid. He's just like, hey, I'm here. Let's go do it. Let's do this.
Well, it also helps when you get a hit in your first call-up game, and then you get 2 hits and 3 RBI and third game, and
you got the 2 first runs yesterday to get the scoring go on top of it, and then got the other one later on. I like this style of this kid. It's just that's why the fans since spring training have flocked to this kid.
Yeah,
he's got. I don't know what it is, but he's got it more so than Carroll. I could see this kid taking over more of like the fan favorite over like a Corbin Carroll. Just personality is going to push him over that level. Now, what I want to see is how does he handle adversity when it comes? Because it's going well right now. His season's been great down in Reno and everything. I want to see how some adversity that hits him and how he responds to that. I have a feeling it's going to be good, though.
He's batting .375. Carroll's batting .258.
Yeah.
Look at that. The top of the order.
It's nauseating. Do we have to look at it?
Marte, Carroll, Perdomo.
I have something positive to end the show on, though, Dale, so you can be as negative as you want.
212. Marte, 258. He's the bomber for the top 3. Corbin Carroll, Perdomo, 220.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to turn that into a positive for me, Steve.
Well, no. I have a positive non-baseball.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Positive toward refereeing.
Oh.
So you can be as negative as you want. Go ahead. I'm waiting for you. Hey, here's the question mark. They're using Fernandez less and less. Yeah, he started at third base yesterday, and he went 0 for 3. But they've been using Fernandez less. How bad is this fan base going to freak out if they put Fernandez back down and bring Carlos Santana back up?
Well,
that's the decision coming up here for this.
You wouldn't have done it 10 days ago.
But they're playing Fernandez.
Yeah.
See, I'm of the belief they've been playing Fernandez less and less, so the fan base kind of forgets about him a little bit. He's not doing spectacular things out there, so you can make that change. I'll say this, if they do end up doing that, Carlos Santana better come up and hit like he's never hit before, which is hard to say because he used to be a really good hitter and stuff to that effect. So it is something to watch here. They play at Texas starting today. Sirocco on the mound today as well. 5:05 p.m. our time against Nathan Eovaldi here at Texas. Texas is favored tonight, by the way, Dan.
By the way, if you want more good news, Steve.
Yeah.
Looks like you got a lunch coming.
Not suspended?
According to Shams Sharina, how are you saying? Shams.
She just called him Shams. That's what we all do.
That there will be no further discipline for Victor Wemby after he was ejected for elbowing.
Do I get to choose the lunch place or? Well, you're gonna.
Shams has been wrong before.
He's not. He's not wrong. He's not saying he's wrong on this. He's going to be 100% right on this.
Ridiculous.
I told you, man. They don't have the guts to do it.
Ridiculous.
I don't necessarily agree with it. By the way, it's just. I'm just telling you, man. There's some big influence people there.
How many tacos can you eat at Jack in the Box?
If you're buying, a lot. Really?
Yeah, but again.
Yeah, I mean, even though I thought they wouldn't have the guts to do it, I'm actually shocked that they're not.
Not official. That's just Shams telling you.
But that's as official as it's. That must be why Shams is trending then, huh?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yep, that's why. First thing I click on there as well. So, no fine even. How do you not fine the guy? I'm in an uproar. Suspension, I didn't think they'd have the guts to do it, and they obviously don't. What a shocker. NBA's a bunch of cowards, weasels, yellow bellies, right? What a shocker that. I mean, who couldn't see that coming, right? But no fine? You throw a $25,000 fine out for that act at a minimum, don't you? Because that was intention to hurt, Nasri.
It was totally intentional, and it met everything of a flagrant 2 suspension because it was an elbow. It was
with intent,
brought back. Mm-hmm. It was aimed at and then thrown.
Yeah, they use the term wind up a lot, and a lot of times you don't see a wind up when they do a flagrant 2. That was a wind up. Wow. All right, I'll take the deal here. But Dale, I wanted to end the show with this. Give us hope that this can happen. Now, I think this is I want to be clear on this. I think this is too far. I often say referees should have to go in front of the podium, just like coaches, players, etc., after a game, and talk about the calls on the field, etc. I've said it all along. At a minimum, no pool reports, no declining it in the case of hockey. Just sit down, the whole refereeing crew, sit down, and members of the media, if they want to, can ask them some questions. Just like players and everybody else does. Well, this is too far, but it does give me hopes we can eventually come to the medium. Over the weekend, the United Football League, Dale, that offshoot on the spring football here as well.
Right.
Play happens. Sideline reporter walks over to the referee that makes the call during the game, Dale, and asks him what he sees. Don't believe me? Here it is. UFL Saturday.
De Leon have some conversations with Ricky Prohl about a penalty or not a penalty with these contested throws, especially to Hakeem. How do you judge that?
If there's a back shoulder and I'm looking at that and, there's no material restriction, I'm just going to leave it alone, to be honest with you.
So if the throw is not where it should be, if that throw's not there, you're not going to reward a poor throw on something like that?
Yeah, that works. That works for me.
How difficult is that call? Is that pass interference versus a contested catch?
I'll be right.
I mean, that's too far. Because you see the refs like, dude, can you move? The play's about to start. Yeah. They got a job to. That's too far. But dear God, get him in that interview room afterwards. You have to. But I thought that was amazing.
Just one of them. Just the head official.
Yeah, even if it's just one to say, hey, this is what they saw out there.
He gets paid the most. He's a chief. He's the leader of that group.
He's the guy that has to rely on his guys to make the right call and stuff to that. That's a little too far, but it gives me hope. I kind of got giddy when I saw that because it gives me hope we can get to where they sit down after the game and talk about those calls. You could just do something as simple as that. Hey, that was a bad throw. I'm not rewarding a bad throw with a pass interference penalty, so they get 15 yards when the quarterback missed through the ball by 20.
I'm not going to bail them out.
What's wrong with that? Say it. Let's go, and we all move on with our life.
Well, you'll find something to complain
Well, no, we'll complain about it if it goes against us. But those explanations are what are key, Dale. Don't be like the NBA and do your draft lottery in a back room where 4 people see it. Get the sunlight on it. Well, even if it's wrong, but at least we'll understand what they're saying. Even if it's wrong, we can still say it's wrong, but we'll go, I understand what that ref's saying now.
Well, they let Windhorst back there yesterday, so he has a first-person account.
But he wasn't allowed to talk until after it all went down. They opened up those doors, and the refs and all the people came out to talk about it. But they don't let you do it in the moment. Do it in the moment. There should be cameras in there.
Stop.
There should be witches doing spells so the teams can win. Voodoo happening. Jazz. It's between us and the Jazz for the number 1 pick. You're sticking the needles in the Jazz dolls in that room. You're blocking half the Jazz contingent so they can't see the pick, just like in their hockey stadium.
All right, I'm glad you ended
D-backs
on
today,
positive.
5:05 p.m. The Rangers. I got a free lunch coming. You underestimated the.
It won't be until it tips off tomorrow and I see the big gangly guy out there.
If I was the Spurs, I wouldn't start him, just so people would speculate. Call timeout right away and then put him out there. Dale, get out of here. We'll see you all tomorrow, everybody. The main event here on Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Tuesday, of course. See you then.